It is the 9th of September, Rabbi Levitt, Nehemia. I've got a bunch of noise here. I'm going to mute myself. It should only last another couple of minutes. And then I'll unmute.
Okay.
Good morning, Rabbi Levitt.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem, it was a beautiful, beautiful simcha.
Very nice.
I had my whole family there.
Very nice, very good.
Baruch Hashem. Everybody was very, very happy to come and be part of the family simcha. Baruch Hashem. Very, very nice. Yeah.
I always have such smachot.
That's now we have a new Bachur Bar Mitzvah in our family.
Very nice.
Baruch Hashem. Azdei Hashem. Okay, so yeah, we had just thinking we had my wife's mother. So that was the older generation, and then my wife and myself, our generation, then our daughter and son-in-law and other children and their spouses, and then the next generation. So there was 4 generations there. Baruch Hashem. Yeah. Okay, so we are up to we're in Perek Zion. We're in Perek Zion, and we didn't start yet reading from the Sefer Hayachas, the book of lineage. Interesting how Nehemia says he found it. Oh, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
we can hear you.
Oh, okay, great. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so that's the story with that, and that was Pasuk Hay. That was Pasuk Hay. And now that Nehemia found this Sefer Hayachas, now we're going to see what it says in there. Because we said before, the whole rest of this parak is going to be basically the contents of this Sefer Yachas. And according to Rashi, it even goes beyond this parak. It goes all the way to chapter 10. Okay, so without further ado, let's go to Roy to start off today. Our learning with Pasuk Vav.
So, Eile Benai, is that right?
Right.
Eile Benai.
Right.
Yeah. Hamadina, Ha'alim, Mishpi, Hagalah, Asher, Hagalah, Nebuchadnezzar, Melech, Bavel, V'yashu, Yerushalayim, V'lahavdol, If, V'yiro. And these are the people of the province. Who went up from the captivity of the exile to Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had exiled to Babylon, and they returned to Jerusalem and to Judea, each one to his city.
Mhm. Right. Okay, so we have here some notes over here. Book of lineage recorded here is virtually identical with the list of returnees that appears in Sefer Ezra in chapter 2. So over there, they have a more extensive treatment, and we're referred over there. So our commentary over here deals mainly with the differences between the two lists. So the first thing is Rashi notes that although the total of 42,360 who went up to Eretz Yisrael from Babel, and that's what it says by us, that coincides with the total recorded amount in Sefer Ezra. And the numbers listed for some individual families conflict, as in the case of the children of Ara, who numbers 652 here and 775 in Ezra. Table listing the differences between Ezra and Nehemia can be found in the appendix at the end of this volume. Oh, okay. Ralbag explains the discrepancies in the numbers of family members. Ezra's list was compiled during the reign of King Cyrus. Nehemia discovered the list a number of years later in the 20th year of King Darius. So that's we don't know exactly what year it is, but okay, so that's that. By this time, in the 20th year of King Darius, some of the original immigrants had returned to the diaspora, the Chutzlaretz, while new immigrants had arrived in the Holy Land. So Nehemia adjusted the numbers in his list accordingly, adding to the enlarged families and subtracting from those whose numbers had diminished through immigration. Ibn Ezra explains the changes in the family totals as reflective of births and deaths, rather than immigration and emigration. Oh, so there's your difference. There are two different words. Immigration means to go up to Eretz Yisrael, and emigration means to go down from Eretz Yisrael to Chutz La'aretz. Okay. I mean, I don't think those words are exclusive to coming up to or going down from Eretz Yisrael. They're from any country that's in English words. Mitsudis adds that families too small to be considered separately had been counted by Ezra as part of other related families. By the time Nehemia discovered the list, though, some of these families had grown large enough to be counted separately. So conversely, some of those who had been counted separately by Ezra had now diminished. And Nehemiah did not mention them individually, but he included them in the other families. So they're all giving different reasons why the numbers are different. Mitsudis notes that although the names listed in Nehemiah sometimes differ slightly from those in Ezra, because both names were in use. Okay. So these are the people of the country who ascended from the captivity of the exile. Mitsudis identifies the people of the country as the Jews in the land of Israel. The list records the names of the Jews who had been exiled from the Holy Land to Bavel and later returned from the Golis. Ibn Ezra identifies the people of the country. Which country are we talking about? These are the Jews who were in exile in Bavel. Why then did Nehemiah also list those who were born afterward in the land in Eretz Israel? The phrase people of the country, Ibn Ezra answers, refers to the great majority of those listed, but not to a few who were born later. Okay. Nehemiah included this phrase in his rendition of the document in order to invite comparison with the list in Sefer Ezra, so that the reader might observe which families had grown in number and which had declined. Yeshuvu Yerushalayim u'Yehuda, and they returned to Yerushalayim and Yehuda. Rashi says they now return to Yerushalayim and to the territory, meaning the chelik that was given by Yeshua ben Nun to Yehuda. The territory, the chelik of Yehuda, refers to the part of Eretz Israel that was ruled by the Malchei Yehuda in the time of Bayis Rishon. Right. Right. Okay. Ish le'iro, and each man returned to his city. Each man returned to the city from which he or his family had been exiled. So says the Mitzudas. Okay. Fine. So Adkan. And we go to Pasuk Zion. Mayor.
Okay, Zion. Abaim im Zerubbabel, Yeshua, Nehemia, Azariah, Raamya, Nahamani, Mordechai, Lashan, Misperet, Bigvei, Nahum, Ba'ana, Mispar, Anshe, Yisrael. Okay. So it says, sort of a continuation, it looks like, each man to his city, who came with Zerubbabel, Yeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Raamiah, Nahamani, Mordechai, Bilishan, Misperet, Bigivai, Nahum, and Ba'ana, who comprised the sum of the dignitaries of the people of Israel. Okay, so let's see, that's Zion. Go to Zion. Habaim, who came. The list of people who came from captivity of the diaspora with Zerubbabel. That's Rashi and Mitsudo. In the parallel verse in Ezra, the phrase is in the past tense, Asher Ba'u, who came. Maharsha Megillah explains the difference as an allusion to the fact that some of the people mentioned here came twice, once during the initial immigration, after which they returned to Babylon, and again with Nehemiah. Zerubbabel, he was the Jewish community leader mentioned prominently in Ezra. One opinion in Sanhedrin identifies him as Nehemiah. Yeshua. Rashi and Mitsudo identify Yeshua as the Kohen Gadol, Yoshua, son of Yehozadak. Okay. Nahamani. Nahamani was not included among the dignitaries listed in Ezra. Mitsudo explains, when the first Jewish immigrants arrived in the Holy Land during the days of King Cyrus, Nahamani was a young man, not yet worthy of being counted among the leaders of his people. Now, 36 years later, when Nehemiah listed those who immigrated, Nahamani had developed into one of the great men of the times. Therefore, Nehemiah added his name to the list of distinguished men. Mordechai Bilshan. The Talmud in Megillah identifies him as the Mordechai who was the leader of the Jews during the Purim episode. The Talmud in Menachot states that Bilshan was an additional name for Mordechai. The name is derived from two Aramaic words, Bayil Lishni, meaning he mixed languages. Mordechai was a master of language. He alone could decipher the jargon spoken by some of the witnesses who came before the rabbis and even the sign language of mutes. In the list recorded in Ezra, Mordechai is mentioned fifth, whereas in the list, his name in our list, his name appears sixth. And that's from Megillah. This can be understood only if we do not count Zerubbabel. Thus, according to the Talmudic rendition, the verses read, those who came with Zerubbabel, Yeshua, and etc. The Talmud explains that Mordechai's standing among the great men of the generation was reduced from fifth to sixth because his diligence in studying Torah was reduced as a result of his exalted position in the Persian court. Rav Yosef said, the study of Torah surpasses even the saving of lives. Wow. Although Mordechai used his influence at court to preserve Jewish lives, his standing fell because his devotion to Torah study was diminished. The general rule that saving a life takes precedence over all Torah precepts, except the three cardinal sins, applies only when there is imminent threat to life. In Mordechai's case, that threat had already been averted with the death of Haman and the destruction of his followers. Mordechai, however, continued to occupy the post of chief minister in order to guard against any potential future threats. Although this, too, was a great mitzvah, It did not take precedence over the study and teaching of Torah, since no clear threat actually existed at the time. Okay, and the final one, Anshe, the dignitaries. The word anashim, literally men, is used in scripture to denote dignitaries. And that's Metsudot and I guess Rashi. Very nice. Okay. Ah,
See, I'll do Chet.
okay.
B'nai Farash al Hayim Mea V'Shiv'im Ushnayim. The children of Paros, 2,172. The children of Paros. Some of the immigrants, such as the children of Paros, are listed according to the name of the head of their family. Others, such as the men of Bethlehem or Anathoth, are listed by the city of their origin, according to Metsudos.
Wow.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Wonder how many generations that is. Okay. Okay. Oh, so we're up to Pasuk test now.
Yeah.
Oh, I see these psukim are very short. Okay, who's up? Roy.
B'nai Shefatia, Shalom Ma'ot, Shivaim, Ushanayim.
Boy.
Children of Shefatia were 372.
That's quite a difference between 2,172 and 372. Okay. Okay, moving along. Lou.
Okay. Let's see. B'nai Arach, Sheish Me'os Chamishim Ushnayim. The children of Arach, 652.
Okay, no notes on that. Moving on, Pasuk Yud Aleph.
Okay, Yud Aleph. B'nai Fachat Moav, Livnei Yeshua v'Yoav, Alpayim u'Shmona Me'ot, Shmona Asar. Okay, so the children of the governor of Moab, the children of Yeshua and Yoav, 2,818.
Wow.
Okay, that's sizable. So it says Pachat Moab. The governor of Moab. This is Mitsudo's translation. Oh, okay. Livnei Yeshua v'Yoav, of the children of Yeshua and Yoav, The children of Yeshua and Yoav were themselves children of the governor of Moab. That's the Mitsudo. Okay. We have the listing of the
So how do we? I remember there was something. There was a story about this. Why are we calling this family the governor of Moab? Moab is a different country, different people. It's something to do with David HaMelech, I believe. They refer us to Ezra 2:6. Let's take a quick look at Ezra 2:6. Yes, according to one opinion in the Gemara in Tanis, this family was descended from David HaMelech. Another Talmudic view is that they were descendants of his nephew, the chief of staff, Yoav, who was the son of David's sister Tsuria. So he was Yoav ben Tsuria. Tosfos explains that the family members are referred to as the children of the governor of Moab, rather strange title, because both David and Yoav traced their lineage to the Moabite princess Ruth.
Oh.
And the story of her conversion and marriage to Boaz, as well as the birth of David, are recorded in the book of Ruth. Okay, so that's the story. So interesting. So in a certain sense, what we're really doing is we're referring to Ruth, who was in fact Moavia, and who even though she converted and she's the mother of royalty, Ema Malchus. The Malchus comes from here. Nevertheless, they remember in Sefer Rus, Megillus Rus, she's oftentimes called Hamoavia, and over here we see even generations later, even their descendants are called the family of the governor of Moab. Okay, so that's the story. Yeah, so what, right. Okay, so it's really an answer which begs another question. Why do we call Ruth that? I mean, she properly converted, and why do we want to trace the lineage of the house of David to the country of Moab? What's the point of doing that? But in any case, that's what we do over here, and we're out of time. Okay, so I'm not going to call on anybody else to read anything because you'll tell me we're up. Time is up, Rabbi. So this time I got it. Okay, all the best, everybody. Mayor, have a great day.
Okay, thank you, and all of you should have a great day too.
Amen.